Welcome everybody to another episode of Books and Betches, not to be confused with Books and
Princesses.
Princesses?
No, we're doing the spice levels.
Oh, that sucks.
Do you see? Do you see what I mean? She does not listen. She doesn't pay attention. Save that for
Spoiler alert, next one's Princess Diaries.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Books and Betches. I'm Chris. Nope, not to be confused with Books and
Spiciness.
I'm Kristen, and with me I have
Serica.
Smaria.
Oh, here we go.
Saria.
Remember how many times I asked Erica, "You ready? Erica, you ready? You ready for this?"
And what was she doing when you were asking?
Did you hear? She goes, "I went, yeah." Erica's ready. She had her afternoon pee, and she's still not entirely focused.
Maybe it's because she hasn't pumped yet.
Yeah, my boobs feel it.
Yeah, you haven't pumped once since being here.
I'll survive.
Okay, we'll see.
I
That
told
girl
myself.
from Neighbors did not.
I told myself the second I start working again, I'm gonna stop.
Really?
Yeah.
So does that suck for a while to stop pumping? How's that work? You can stop at any
just,
time?
stop slowly. Like you just
wean off.
reduce your the amount.
And it sucks, right?
I mean, my boobs are
It's
uncomfortable
sucking
right
out of it,
now.
yeah.
But you know what's weird is
sucking.
your because your hormones fluctuate so much when you're pregnant. Or sorry, when you're on your period. So if you have your period when you're pumping, your milk supply drops down. So right now my milk supply is really low.
Oh,
Interesting.
what a start to this episode. Which honestly, this is a
Milk.
This
Just grabbed my titties. And
Milk.
squeezed. So
imagine coming into this episode for the first time. You've never
We
listened.
always say this.
No, but
Imagine
this.
coming to this one for the
But
first
now,
time.
but now.
Oh,
You've
now 'cause
never
we're on a
listened to
podcast network?
this podcast in your life
yeah.
ever, and this is what
New
you're
listeners,
greeting.
we love you.
Apologies, mate. No, it's okay. Insightful.
So I don't know if it's just because like I can't get the angle for this boob, but this boob I can milk like a cow.
Oh.
Like, so my left boob is slightly bigger actually, but I can milk it like a cow. Like it's like zzz, like it's like a stream.
Actually,
And you know what? I didn't know this.
Like in Neighbors.
So okay, let me ask you this. Maybe I
No.
should put this on the story too. When you think of like milk coming out of your nipples, what do you think it's a single stream?
no,
No,
that's
it's coming out of ducts.
That's a triple. It's triple stream.
You think it's triple?
Sometimes
I think
maybe it's like
a
pissing.
bunch of all the ducts around. It's just coming
Do you ever
out of it.
pee
Yeah.
and sometimes it splits off? You don't
It's
really
like-
know what you're gonna get.
It's like
Oh.
5 different streams. So when I self milk
Yeah.
and
It's
I'm doing
it's not
this,
it's not the center. It's all around it.
there's
Mm.
streams going every
Yeah.
fucking way.
Has
And
John ever tried
sometimes-
to catch it in his mouth?
No.
What the
Oh.
fuck?
I don't know.
She's already said before she just does not drink.
Have you tried it?
She did not.
You haven't tried.
You want to
We
hear?
That'd be the
about
first
this.
thing I did.
Do you want to hear a funny story though?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think I mentioned this in my previous one. Got laid off, and I went out like blackout drinking with some other people that got laid off,
I would do the same.
and some other people on my team, and we were all like fucked up in New York City, just trying to like wallow, in our sorrows about
Sure,
it.
yeah.
And I convinced them all to take a drink of my breath.
And you haven't had it? That is fucked up. But also, did they all love it?
They were like, "Oh yeah, it's sweet." And
I
was
would
like,
try it.
"Yeah."
That's what I hear. I hear it's sweet.
I would for sure try it. But I'm just,
Okay, let me milk.
No, okay, but, like, not right now.
Today,
Not
I
right
want it chilled in like the fridge.
yeah, warm is weird.
I don't think I want warm straight from
I
the
can't
nib.
do
I'm sorry.
warm. Yeah. Also, I can't watch you do it. I have to like not know.
I could watch you do it.
No, but then drink it.
You know what?
It just feels like I'm treating
Honestly,
Erica like a cow.
It's Erica. I think I can
Okay,
Yeah.
so when you guys come over,
Yeah.
for the cake,
Have it chilled.
do we add it to the cake?
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. We'll add it to the.
Can you add like a cup and a half's worth of milk?
Oh my god, that's so much milk.
it's a lot of milk.
You just squirt a little bit
That's a
into
lot
the
of milk.
other
But
milk.
anyways, so when I self milk,
God.
there's just streams
Yeah.
going everywhere.
Yeah.
But I can't get this one as
do it.
well.
Oh.
This one produces more, but I can milk it better. I don't know if it's just the
how you
angle.
just doing the whole.
It's got to be just the
Angle, maybe?
the ducks, maybe. Or the
Yeah,
boob.
just different nips.
So I didn't know
Different
you
strokes.
could like that was the thing. So like obviously like right after postpartum, I was just like playing around with my boobs in the shower, like seeing if I could like just milk myself, and like I'm just like squirting milk all over the shower.
I would have so much fun.
I would
with
do the
that.
same. I would
Yeah.
do the same.
And I'm just like, this is fucking crazy. Now, John, come here.
So this is a book podcast. Usually we talk about books, but hey, this episode we're not talking about books anyway. So
Spicy. This is hot.
This is a
Stop squeezing your boobs in front of me.
this is an explicit episode because we will be talking about sex mostly.
So I started it off
Appropriately.
Yeah.
That's why I'm fine with
in
it.
the most unsexy
possible
possible.
way.
I mean, depends on the person.
That's true. Different strokes. I said that twice. Okay, so this week we're talking about we left off. We edged you a little bit when we were talking about ratings.
Ooh.
When we were talking about ratings for books, we said something about spice levels. For you, it's been a couple weeks. For us, it's been a couple hours because we record these in batches.
Yeah, I think it's been a couple, like maybe 2 hours.
So we're ready to talk about spicy.
batches.
We have a scale. Would you say?
Yes.
I
I didn't have it right in front of me.
almost
so
said
yeah.
I almost said a kinky scale,
Yes.
but that's not it.
It could be added.
But chilies.
Little hot chilies to peppers.
We're talking about your spice levels. You know, what's
The
not
spice
spicy? What do you
levels.
count as too spicy? Is there words for
What's
it?
smutty? What's not?
that
What's
was the word.
saucy? What's not?
We got smutty,
Sauce.
saucy, spicy, kinky.
Pick.
This is perfect. Okay, Erica, to
You
you.
want me to
You begin.
start it off?
Well, I think that here's my prediction. I
Oh.
think that Maria's smuttiness levels are going to be very different than Erica's smuttiest levels, and mine are just not going to make any sense.
I do want to preface this.
Yeah.
That
Where did this come from? Because
this
yeah.
this stems from the Love Hypothesis episode.
hypotenuse.
Yes, where we had the lovely Corey, Romancing the Reader from Instagram, join us on the pod. And we were all discussing the spice level of Love Hypothesis. I said,
Or lack thereof.
or lack thereof, and to some people, I had mentioned that to me. It was spicy.
Yeah.
Corey was flabbergasted.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
bamboozled at what I considered to be spicy because the chapter of the one sex scene went over like one chapter, and she was like, "My God," making fun of the fact that I find that
Right.
spicy, and to her, it's a drop in the ocean of nothing.
The
So
ocean of sex. So let's talk about
my spice levels are triggering to some. Sorry.
I think okay, where we were with ratings. I think ratings have a more solid basis for like consistency across people.
1 through 5, baby. Yep.
Because you're rating something on a 1 to 5 scale, and it from okay to
Amazing.
amazing,
Yep.
right? That
Yep.
is
Yep.
or like
Bad.
bad to amazing, right?
Mhm,
Like that is the scale. That is a universal scale that we
Yes.
use for
In life.
everything, for
Yes,
life,
yes, yes,
right?
yes,
Like this
yeah.
isn't just
You
like.
could rate this podcast if you wanted to.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's everything.
Just don't.
Amazon
4
ratings
or above, please. Don't tag us if it's 3 or below.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, go on.
Anyways, that's universal. That's universal
Sure.
like language. When you get into the spiciness, this varies.
It's just
this
made
is
up.
So
Right?
subjective.
This is made up bullshit.
It's
It's
subjective
so
to what you
subjective.
read and what you are exposed to.
Yeah.
I myself
It's
am
fluid.
not reading erotica every day, every hour, like some.
So you're desensitized.
Why'd you move
If
your eyeballs over there?
Yeah, it seems like there's
Very
something,
aggressively
seems
moving.
like there's something Maria's trying to say without saying it.
I don't know.
You're going to want to watch this
But
podcast.
anyways, the erotica, like if you're not exposed to erotica, if you're not exposed to like reading BDSM or
Ooh.
some of these like kind of strange, not stranger, but like more unique kinks in books. If you're not used to that, and then you come across a book that has, I don't know, like one of
Haunting
those-
Adeline.
yeah, like a stalker kink. You might think that is extremely spicy.
Here's an
because that-
interesting twist of events.
Oh.
I went from reading 3 books, maybe, every 3 years, so a book a year, if that, to walking in this room. We have a book podcast now, and I said, I think I read maybe Harry Potter, Mortal Instrument, and then somebody said Creature Cafe. Actually, I believe it was Corey. Thank you,
is
Corey.
the
You're the
stem of all
reason.
issues.
She told us not to read it.
Which makes me want to read it. So I went from 0 to 1,000.
Yeah.
So my levels of spice are completely fucked up, dude.
Thank you.
Fucked up. Because to me, 50 Shades of Grey was like a -3 on the spice level. Whereas if I watched 50 Shades of Grey before I read Creature Cafe, maybe it would have been a 3 on the spice level. So I just want to say, going into this, my shit's broken already, and I blame you guys.
For sure.
So it's just interesting that you mentioned, it just depends on how much smut you're reading every day or whatever. So, but I think you're a good neutral. Are you though?
She's
Did
not.
you
so,
start
so
with smut?
I do
I'm
understand.
neutral.
No, I understand
you're more
how
neutral.
people like function. My problem is when people knowingly kind of go into a book and call it like super spicy. That when there's only one.
Does it
sex
bother you?
scene. No, it doesn't bother me because I don't really
She said
care.
it bothered her.
It sounds like
No,
it
it
bothers
says
you.
no. I said it bothers people when they like.
Oh, they said your problem was, which I thought that meant that you.
No, the
bothered by it.
problem that the internet comes across.
collective. Got
yeah,
it.
the
Yes.
collective is when people say something spicy and it's not even a book that is meant to be spicy.
But do you
Got
think they're
it.
doing that knowingly, or is it again their opinion?
no.
And then people like you come in that have read everything under the sun,
Yeah.
look at it and be like, that's
Ooh.
not fucking spicy.
Is it you? Are you the
Because
problem?
I
now
don't
we're
know.
back to the Callie question of the truth. If it's true to me,
Yeah.
that to me,
Full
this
circle.
love hypothesis is spicy.
I don't
But
know.
Or
it's
is
not
it
to
like
Corey.
is it like Erica's gripe with fan fiction and romance, where you're like, I expected romance in this book because that's how it was painted by the fan fiction, and then people
Yeah.
were like, Erica, that wasn't meant to be romantic.
Yeah, the fan art.
Erica,
is
are you
nothing.
stupid? It wasn't. It didn't
Then
say
why
romance.
are you not? Why is there not fan art of the fucking castle?
I
There
don't know.
isn't because you don't
Why
care
is
about
there
the
not
romance.
fan art of the people having conversations? Why is it only this saucy like picture that never happened in the book?
I knew it would hyper up. That's why I said it. So it's like that,
Get
right?
the fuck out of here.
So it does it personally upset you, Erica? I'm asking you now, not the collective. If you were to go on Goodreads, right, and you're like, I want to read this book because this person said, oh, it's super smutty and all this stuff, and then you read it and there's maybe like one sex scene in it, would that upset you? Be honest, it's okay.
No, I don't. I don't think I.
Safe space.
Here's the thing: is I personally don't trust people. Like inherently, don't trust
So
people.
smart. That's so smart.
I just don't.
Good for you.
That's why I don't care
You
about the
know,
ratings. I read something when I think it's going to be worth rating.
That I
rating.
don't agree with. I believe in
Okay.
a collective.
Okay.
I'm not there.
Fuck me then. All right.
I'm not there. I'm not that side of it. I believe in the collective opinion. I don't believe in
The personal.
10
I don't.
people's
Yeah.
opinion.
Fuck that hive mentality. I'll do what I want.
Get
I'm
him,
an
Maria.
individual.
Get him, Maria.
It's-
You fucking millennial.
It's the majority of 100,000 people, right? Versus like 10 people you see on TikTok.
Meh.
That's different. Those are two different things to me.
Okay, fair.
But I agree with the sentiment of not reading reviews because
Thank
that's,
you for making me
that's
feel better at
similar.
the end.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's
you
similar,
just
right?
bashed me.
I'm so
back.
sorry.
No, I'm with you, dude.
But you know what I mean? Like I what I do is I follow
Good water.
people that I know relate to what I read.
That's different. Now you're following people who you know read like you. So that
read
means
like
they
me,
are the same as you.
so that their scale is probably
All right.
similar to
We
my
gotta-
scale.
Give me your scale.
Give us your
What's
scale.
one
to
chili
me,
pepper?
saucy. To me, saucy is
No,
not.
chili peppers.
No, I'm going saucy first. Saucy to me is not sex.
Okay.
Saucy is like
Saucy or
heavy
spicy?
petting,
Spicy.
some type of like heavy flirting.
Okay.
So your
maybe,
scale
like
is
intense
words?
kissing.
Your scale is words.
No. But then saucy to me is that.
Okay.
Spicy
Okay.
has to have sex.
Okay.
Spice
Has
has
to?
to have sex.
Okay. What if there's
Explicit
one?
or
No.
Okay.
It has to have sex. You have to be having sex for there to be spice. There's no
Closed door though.
Is closed door spicy?
no
Okay. That's
No.
saucy.
saucy. That's what I'm saying.
Uh,
We're not. You're not on the scale.
So
If
you're
not
either
fucking, you're not on the
spicy
scale.
or saucy.
If it's everything but sex, it's saucy,
Okay.
which is fine.
What if it's oral sex?
That's sex.
No, but is that
That's
saucy or
sex.
spicy?
No, that's spicy. That's
okay.
sex.
Good. I was just making sure because you
But
said everything.
To
but.
me,
Okay,
oral.
yeah, that's
to me, oral sex
is sex.
Let's
There's
just let's
sex in
just
the name.
let's just put this out there. Blowjobs and fucking cunnilingus,
Yeah.
right?
Well, they're both the same thing.
No, cunnilingus is
Only that?
Like eating out.
eating out.
Oh, I thought they meant both things.
Well, okay, so oral.
I am misinformed.
That is the only thing. Not hand jobs, not fingering, not.
Well, what about
I
hand
feel like
jobs
your
and
scale
fingering?
is so
Hold
intricate. I don't like this.
So if there's like a really intense,
Any type of hand is not sex.
if there's a really intense like hand job scene that
That
is
is not
very
sex.
explicit,
It's not sex.
and a finger in a butthole during the hand job,
That is not
this,
sex.
I don't like this
so
scaling.
that's saucy.
Yeah.
I don't
like the scaling.
I think that's where you have a flaw.
This is a flaw.
I think
I
there's
don't
a
think
flaw.
I think but this is what makes
You
it.
could get spicy with a hand job or a
Sure. You could. I don't think it is.
Then you are.
interesting.
It's not on my scale.
Okay, her scale.
Your
Right, we're
scale's
still on
flawed.
her
This is my
scale.
scale.
Continue your scale.
Spice to me is sex because it's clear. That's a clear line.
You do know that like hand jobs and like hand
I
jobs
know that's
and
a
fingers,
sexual thing. That's why
Get
it's
past
saucy.
it. Get past it.
It's considered
next thing.
sex.
Next thing. Continue.
It's not.
In health class, it sure is. You can still get an STD from a from a hand job.
No, you can't.
Sure, you can. You don't think
What
you can
didn't
get
happen
could
in
you
my
have,
health class.
herpes?
You can't do.
You never wiped your mouth ever, or
Oh
like
my god, that is not how that happens.
Can you get STDs from a hand job? Let's see.
That's like being like you can get crabs from a toilet seat.
No, it's not the same
Yes,
at all.
it is.
I
Because you're
used to get scared
directly
of that.
touching.
I
Oh my
know.
god.
That's why. I don't fuck with.
I know
toilets like
quite
that.
a few people have gotten crabs.
What if
From
somebody?
toilet seat?
No.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
What if you give your partner a hand job? Yes, you can contract an STI while performing a hand job. If you're exposed to your partner's genitals, secretions, sores from an active herpes outbreak, or genital warts, you can transmit an STI to yourself if you touch your own skin afterward. I rest my case. I'm going home. Goodbye.
It has to be
Don't hurt yourself.
the
Careful the iPad.
the type of herpes.
Go back to health
has
class.
go- Yeah, there's different types of herpes.
No,
Dude,
I'm
no,
saying,
go
like-
back to fucking health.
It has to be correlate. Like you can't. It's really
so your
hard.
spice level
Like, if you
is
have a
based on
cold
herpes
sore.
or not.
No, your cold sore on your mouth is not like I could give you a cold sore on your mouth.
But I'm
the
talking
cold sore
about
in your
genital
mouth cannot
warts.
give you genital warts.
It says it can right here.
No, because
So
they're
your
two
partner's
different
genital
types.
secretions.
It's two
or
different types.
Why is Google saying that you're wrong? It's the
I'm
facts.
telling you because I know somebody personally who this happened to.
It doesn't matter. The
can't.
science is literally
It's
telling
not,
you it's
but
possible.
No, but I'm saying that
Guys,
that is not the
we
way
have
it is.
to move past this.
Erica,
It's not.
just because they caught a different there are different versions.
Yes,
you
there
are right.
are different versions.
But you can get genital warts from a hand job, and if you don't believe that, you need to be able to teach your son and your kids this in the future.
Think that is like
It says it right
I
here.
don't think that's a common situation.
But Google it. It can happen.
I don't think that the spiciness
You
scale
need to go
should be
back.
based off of whether or not
That's
you
what
can
you're
contract
making
an
it
STD.
based off. Yes,
No, you are. I'm saying it's
well,
a
you
hard
said
line.
you said that hand jobs and fingering isn't sex. I disagree.
I don't. I'm qualifying it as those are sexual activities. That's not sex.
But why did then? But a
It'll
blowjob
never
become
get
sex?
my rating.
Am I lost
I don't
here?
care anymore.
Health class 101. You literally.
They're sexual activities. It's not sex.
Okay, fine. Sure.
Okay. Can we move
Sex
on?
is-
Yes. That's it. It's only penetration.
No, because it's also blowjobs or oral.
You just said that's not what that is. This entire 20
No,
minutes.
she
I know.
said- she was saying that's
fingering
sex.
and hand jobs are not
That's
sex.
where she crosses the line for some reason.
Third base is
Okay. All
Third
right.
base
so what's,
only
What's,
and only.
what's the next
Okay.
thing on your scale?
Okay. Spice. So spice.
need to
The
get through this.
spiciness scale right now ranges from. To me, spiciness is how many times it's happening.
Okay.
Right. And then the type of acts that are happening, the details in which they're being
Language.
said, the
Language is big.
and how like explicit that language is.
Yeah.
I think all of those things kind of wrap up. When you have more, so it's not necessarily like 5 sex scenes means
Right.
like 3, right? It's not. It's all of these things
Oh, there
kind
is
of
a
like
scale. Okay.
vibes, right?
I was like,
To
spicy or
me,
saucy?
when you're above like 3-4 sex scenes, now you're getting into like a higher. You're automatically kind of like
Right.
into a
Erotica.
higher echelon of the spiciness scale, right?
Got it.
I think when you are using more explicit words, you're automatically kind of like in
That
that
goes into
higher
erotica.
spiciness. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But like, okay, Sarah J. Maas, very much like lyrical type of.
So would you
know,
say
not explicit in terms of
Yeah.
the scenes are explicit, but the words being used are a lot more lyrical and they're a lot more like
They're not
gentle.
so grungy.
Akatar? I'm trying to think of Akatar. Like the book one. Did it go from saucy to spicy ever, or was it always just?
No, it was had spice.
Did it? Book
Yeah.
one.
There was
Yep.
sex in
There
it.
was sex in it,
There was sex in book one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had sex with one guy before she even met Tamlin.
and then
I
she
don't
had
And
even
sex
then
with
she
Tamlin,
and
too.
Tamlin had a thing.
Damn, I don't remember that at all. I thought he just fingered her.
I think it was just fingering.
Yeah.
No, they had sex.
Did they?
Oh, I don't
I forget
remember.
about Tamlin's
And then they had sex
existence.
multiple times in the second book, but it wasn't really like super
It wasn't.
described.
Yeah. So
It
would
wasn't
you rate that
explicit.
then?
So
It was
like
still YA
you
at the
have a
time.
couple of sex scenes in there, but they're not really like drawn out. Also, the length in which the sex scenes are very important. If you have like a full chapter of a sex scene,
Yeah.
I mean, I am reading a book right now where
Tiring.
like the entire book is just sex.
Well, there's somewhere like they
tiring.
go to sleep and then the chapter ends, but they fuck, right?
Creature
And then
Cafe.
the chapter ends, then they wake up the next morning and they fuck again. Actually, Rhapsodic
that's a
had
lot.
that. Now I'm remembering the sex in that book. But yeah, so yeah, that
So
would be more.
You're looking at, this to me. It's not like like where the scale, like the rating scale, is very like clear to me. The spiciness scale to me is all vibes, and it's really
Yeah.
based
Okay.
off of how often, the language, the
That makes sense.
explosivity,
My
the
vibes
event.
are wrong.
If you're doing anal, if you're doing like stuff that's a little bit more outside of like the vanilla, like if you're adding in whips, chains, any type of
Some
like
BDSM,
bondage,
yeah.
playing games of any sort, any type of kinks,
Monsters.
breath play, those types of things are going to increase the spiciness.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you just have a more, and I'm not
Standard-
saying that I'm like some fucking kinky
Right.
bitch in my personal life, but when you're having that more vanilla, like just P and VG, like sex,
P
that's
and VG.
very like
Comforting,
heavy and
yeah.
it can still be very intense. It's just not. It's not a higher.
It's
Just
not
'cause
shock value. I
yeah,
think.
like it's good. It's nice. We like to eat it. It's chocolate chip cookie, but
Mhm.
like we're talking about
They like to eat it. Yeah.
A lava cake.
a lava cake. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
we're going farther.
Maria, go ahead. Tell us yours.
Mine
'cause-
doesn't matter anymore.
No, it does. I'm curious.
Okay, I
how
wrote
but
it down.
everyone's
Wow.
different.
Yeah, I don't think I even have a thing.
So
I
the
don't even
way
think
I don't
have
pay
it-
attention to it.
I don't
when
either.
people
Yeah.
talk about it.
I didn't until I got called out. I didn't care.
Let's hear it.
Until Love Hypotenuse, whatever. So one little chili
Uh-huh.
is, I guess they kissed or whatever. LOL.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right? 2 chilies.
I like this. See, I can follow this.
There's
Do this.
tension, but no on-page sex.
Okay, no on page.
Okay.
Right? 3 chilies. There's steam, but minimal language and amount of scenes.
Okay.
So I guess you would consider Love Hypothesis on the 3 scale for me.
Yeah, probably.
They had a long
steamy.
chapter,
Yeah.
long enough for me, and it's whatever. 4, it's lots of explicit sex, but there's a little bit of a story
Mm-hmm.
still involved. So Silver Flames to me is like on a 4 scale for that. 5, plotware, sex all day.
So Creature Cafe.
Yes,
So an erotica.
yes,
I think it
Erotica.
goes from erotica to like YA.
that's my
Yeah,
scale, I guess.
Right?
But
I
I
don't know.
It's pretty broad.
Yeah, it is.
yeah, broad.
I
So
haven't
most of
changed
your
things
books
up.
are probably in that 3 range.
And,
Are
then
they?
I randomly sprinkle
4s.
into the cycle things of Haunting Adeline and Lovely Dark Things, where I'm just like, this is
Intense.
Lovely Dark Things is a full on like satanic
Really?
offering in a way with blood play and everything. It was fucking crazy.
Did you
Well,
expect that?
diapers. I like diapers. Then I would put on the
Diapers
5.
Diapers
Den
is
was
5.
fucked.
I would say that's 5.
Yeah, yeah.
5
because that
spices.
was like
You have to say that's 5.
I think also
According
if
to
you
your
have,
scale.
if you have it, even if you have one scene that is just bonkers, I
Yeah.
think it's an automatic 5.
No.
What if it's like completely out of place? Like the whole book is like
Oh no! I
Yeah.
meant like you have a bunch of scenes, but you have like one really like explicit.
Oh, got
scene
it. Okay. I thought you meant
where
like
it's
one
like-
scene only in the
Yeah.
entire book.
No,
I'm like,
no,
no.
But here, well, that's what I'm
when it's like a
wondering.
real like, for example, Diapers Den. I don't think there was like a ton of crazy
Viper's
shit.
Den or Den of Vipers. Den of Vipers is the
Whatever.
name of it.
You don't even know.
There was a lot of sex in it, but to me, the knife one was the craziest.
Psychotic.
The
That
craziest
shit was
thing I think I've
nuts.
ever read
Psychotic.
in a book.
Yeah,
I think-
agree.
I think Haunting Adeline was worse for me
Wow.
because he penetrates her with a gun, like a loaded gun.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's that called?
Haunting Adeline.
That's
He's a
A lot of
stalker.
people are talking about it. Yeah.
That's next.
Someone wants us to talk about it, but you guys haven't read it. I've read it.
Put it on the thing.
No, let's not do that.
Is it bad?
It's not bad. A lot of people like it.
Sounds intense.
I have an
Is
issue
that a
with the
mafia thing?
No, I have an
Oh.
issue with the hypocrisy of it. I
Maybe
don't
we
want to
should
dive
do
too
an
much
episode.
into it.
Maybe we should do
All
an
right,
episode.
we'll do an episode on it.
Ah,
I'll write it down.
shit.
It's a very long book. Though.
It's long.
Oh no.
It's long. I read it on my vacation in Greece.
Damn
I read it in
it.
like 2 days.
All right, I'll look into it. How about that?
I'm gonna write it down, but I don't.
As far as spice goes, Erica, I don't ever even think or consider it. It's like I think maybe because the books that we read, I haven't even like really looked into what they're about. I've just been kind of like going
we
and
tell
be
you
like,
just to read 'em?
I'm just gonna read it and see what happens, and then at the end, I decide like, oh, that was like I had sex in it, like, and I don't even think about like spicy versus not spicy.
I don't.
4.08 on Goodreads.
I don't
for
really
100,000
like.
people.
I don't really think like. I look at what other people say about it, but I don't really take it because again, it's so arbitrary.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like
anyone else who talks about their spice levels, I don't care.
Yeah.
I care about my own.
Corey.
Does she put the
Corey?
spice?
I know because she's somebody that I follow regularly.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
that like we read a lot of the same books, so I know what her scales kind of look like
Does she
in terms
put
of that.
the scale in
She
her?
puts
Okay.
the spicy, but she also kind of like elaborates a little bit onto like
That's
why
smart.
it is. Her reviews are awesome for like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah, she's very detailed.
and she's read even more books than I have. And she's very like she mainly stays in that romance genre. So if you're a romance reader, that's she's a great person to follow because she reads a lot of the main books that are on Book Talk
Especially
and
the
stuff.
more popular books that pop up, she reads them first, and she gets into them right before they start getting like popped off.
Here's my question: are you ever going to write a 5 chili
No.
Yeah.
spicy?
Oh.
Never.
No, why not?
I don't have the creativity for that.
I think you do.
I think you
No,
do,
I
but I
think
wouldn't
so.
want to.
I don't think my
Would
mom
you touch
like me
4?
to.
What's the level that you?
I
Would
think
go?
3 is like the max.
Really?
I feel like
Yeah.
Fated Enemies was 3 for me.
Yeah.
It was spicy.
Do you
I think did
want?
great.
Here's my question though: like, if you took everything else out of it, like parents and everything,
No,
you wouldn't want to.
it's very hard.
It is.
I think people like they make fun of romance and they make fun of these sex scenes, but they're very difficult.
it's
to
pretty
write.
amazing what people are capable of.
Just the book that I wanted to write.
I think it's kind of neat. It's
was
just
a
different.
romance book, right? And when I went to I started outlining, I stopped myself when I got to the romance. I was like, I can't do it.
That tension
not good enough
too.
for this.
Like you want to feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to be good at writing. If you're not going to be good at writing tension, don't even try.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. Anything else to add about spices?
No, but I have to poop
Leave
so
me
bad.
and my spice alone.
Erica's got to poop, so we gotta go.
Was that what you just said? Oh.
Bye, Erica.
Okay, bye.
Go, Erica.
She
go.
runs away. Thank you so much for joining us. Follow us on Instagram.
Good job.
Books_and_Betches. Betches. Follow our Patreon if you want to. We do monthly episodes there with monthly books. It's so fun. We just finished. What did we just finish?
Iron Widow.
Iron Widow, which was very fun. And then now we're on They Never Learn, which is a thriller. I'm
Are
excited
we?
to
I
read.
gotta download that.
Yeah.
This is
It's on
great.
script.
You should do this every time.
Join our Discord. We have a lot of great conversations in there. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.
Subscribe to us on YouTube, Books and Betches. We love you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.